Assalamu alaikum. I am Rizwan from Section G, and today we will discuss our discrete project along with my partner Kumar Hasan Murad. Firstly, Kumar Hasan Murad will explain how we set up our SWA per log, and he will run an example. Over to you, Hasan.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Kumar Murad and I am also from Section G. Today, I, with my partner Rizwan Habib, designed a prologue system that will ensure a fair timetable for students for CS 211. The software I am running is SWI Prologue in Windows based environment, while my partner is running SWI Prologue for Linux based environment. So I just downloaded the Prolog software file from internet and installed it in my system, and I placed my files which I will compile today in the documents folder of Prolog. Uh, so before coming to our main project, let me first show you an example of a Prolog file. So it is the example of the Prolog file. It has an extension of .pl. In this, we have designed, there is given a simple knowledge base of studies and teach. In studies knowledge base, we give that who teach, who studies what, and in teaches knowledge base, it is given that who teaches what. Now, we can compile it in our Prolog by just typing the name of file in scare brackets. The name of file is since example. I will type here example followed by a full stop. Since it is returning true, it shows that the file has been compiled. So now we can check. Now we can check our Prolog example file by just writing studies, and we will see what Jack studies. So we will type Jack, comma a dot, and we get a equals to CSC 131. This shows that Jack studies CSC 131. Same goes with teach. We can type teach and the name of any, and we will pass it an argument like Kirki. And now we will get a equal to CSC 135. This shows us that Kiki teaches CSC 135. Here we have also made a query that is a professor query, which tells us whether the given teacher is the professor of that particular student or not. So we will type professor, and since it accepts two argument, I will type Juniper as a teacher, and then we will send author as the student, author with following by a dot. Since we can see here that Juniper teaches CSC 134 and author is the student of CSC 134, this implies that Juniper is actually the professor of author. So since it is returning true, this shows us that our query is accurate and Juniper is actually the professor of author. So this was our example. Now, now we have also our main project, which is here. We have designed the knowledge base. So further, for knowledge-based explanation, I would like to call my partner Rizwan Habib, which will further explain our knowledge base. So, Rizwan, I hope continue, please.
Okay, so let me share my screen. Kason, can you see my screen?
Yeah, it looks fine. Continue, please.
Okay. Firstly, we make our knowledge base by using the raw data which was provided by the instructor. We use Excel functions, con- Excel functions with concatenate, and we use character 34 for the double quotes notations. तो मैं एक्सेल से एक्सप्लेन कर रहा था कि हम एक्सेल्स के फंक्शंस को हमने किस तरह से यूज़ किया। हमने यहाँ पे कंकैटिनेट का फंक्शन यूज़ किया जो कि स्ट्रिंग्स को कंकैटिनेट करता है, और यहाँ पे हमने कुछ स्ट्रिंग्स यूज़ किए हैं जो कि एक्सेल शीट में पहले से प्रोवाइडेड थी, और हमने कैरेक्टर 34 को यूज़ किया है फॉर द डबल कोट्स नोटेशन। और हमने एक दफ़ा यूज़ करके हमने बाकी में सिर्फ कॉपी पेस्ट ही किया है, और हमने यहाँ से अपना जो नॉलेज बेस बनी है उसको हम अपनी विजुअल स्टूडियो फाइल में ले गए हैं। सबसे पहले हमने स्टूडेंट की नॉलेज बेस बनाई है जो कि हमें रोल नंबर और स्टूडेंट का नेम देती है। स्टूडेंट के बाद हमने सेक्शन की नॉलेज बेस बनाई है। वेट अ मिनट। ये सेक्शन की नॉलेज बेस है जिसमें स्टूडेंट का रोल नंबर और स्टूडेंट का सेक्शन हमें मिल जाता है। और सेक्शन के बाद हमने कोर्स की नॉलेज बेस बनाई है जिससे हमें कोर्स कोड और हमें कोर्स का नाम मिल जाता है कि इस किस कोर्स कोड का कौन सा नेम है। जिस तरह से MT104 का लीनियर अलजेब्रा CS है। और कोर्स सेक्शन है कि कौन सा सेक्शन कौन सा कोर्स पढ़ता है, हम उसके कोर्स कोड से देखेंगे। और टीचर्स की एक नॉलेज बेस है जिसमें हम टीचर का ईमेल यूज़ करते हुए उसके सेक्शन को देखेंगे कि वो कौन से सेक्शन को पढ़ाता है। और एक कैपेसिटी की नॉलेज बेस है जो रूम कैपेसिटी चेक करता है कि एक रूम में कितने स्टूडेंट बैठ सकते हैं। एक इंस्ट्रक्टर की नॉलेज बेस है कि कौन सा टीचर, इसमें एक टीचर का पैरामीटर है और दूसरा पैरामीटर उसकी ईमेल का है कि कौन से टीचर की क्या ईमेल है, ये हमें ये बताती है नॉलेज बेस। और लास्ट वन है एग्ज़ाम टाइम की जिसमें हम डेट, स्टार्ट टाइम, एंड टाइम और कोर्स कोड देते हैं, और उसके साथ हम उसको उसका रूम नंबर देते हैं, तो वो हमें बता देता है कि इस टाइम पे कोई एग्ज़ाम हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा। हमें ट्रू और फॉल्स में इसका आंसर देता है। तो अभी हम कोई एक इनमें से रन करके देखते भी हैं। मैंने जुबंटू इन्वायरमेंट में इसको इंस्टॉल किया जैसे कि एहसन भाई ने बताया। एहसन, क्या आप मेरी स्क्रीन देख पा रहे हैं?
Ji Rizwan, it is visible.
ओके। यहाँ पे इंस्ट्रक्टर के चेक कर लेते हैं। लेट्स ट्राई फॉर जुनैरा सादिक। It should return us the email of Ma'am Zunaira Shahid as it is a equal to zunairashahid.v@nu.edu.pk. So these are the null bases which we made by using Excel commands. So now for queries, now Asen will explain the odd number of queries. So over to you, Asen.
Thank you, Rizwan. Uh, Let me share my screen. Yeah, that's my screen. So in our queries, Our first query deals in the situation that double exam, that whether a student has double exam in the single day or not. So the double exam query accepts name as the argument, and with that name we get the roll number of that student. So then by roll number we get the section of that student, and with the section we get our course sections. Mm, Rizwan?
ऐसा ना आपकी आवाज़ नहीं आ पा रही।
Thank you, Rizwan. So, in our queries, our first query deals with the situation that whether a given student has double exam in the single day or not. So, this query accepts the name of the student as the argument, and from that name, we obtain the roll number of that student. And then, by from roll number, we obtain the section of that uh, particular student from our knowledge base. And then from section we get to know the course, and we get actually two courses from the section. And then we here we just edit a check whether that our courses we obtained are not same. And then from that courses we get to know the day of day of the exam time. Here I have put underscore in those fields which I do not need as a result back, or I do not want to give them, which I just want to ignore them. So from that we obtain the day one and day two, and if day one is equal to day two, it shows us that that student have two exams in that day. So uh, we will just run this query here by first it is a good practice to compile again the program. So our program name was pro. Yeah, it was pro. We will type pro followed by a full stop, and okay, it is giving syntax error, operator accepted. Okay, it is giving an error. We can check that error. Yeah, yeah, that was the error of the not equal operator. We have used the forward slash while we should have to use the backwards slash. So now we will compile it again, and this shows us that the file has been compiled. So we can run the query by typing the name of query. Yeah, we can also copy it from here. This marks out the possibility of mistakes. We can copy the name of here, and we just have to give the name of the student. I will give, in this case I am giving my own name, Kumar Ehsan Murad, and followed by a full stop. And when I run this query, it is returning true. This shows us that that student, which is Kumar Ehsan Murad, has double exam in the day. So our this query is totally correct. And further, we are coming to query number two, which Rizwan will explain to you.
I think, Asan, you should complete your all the queries, then I will explain my.
Okay, okay. I can, yeah, it is okay. Okay, now coming to our query number three, I'm on mute. Yeah, on coming to our query number three, this tells whether the two courses have a collision on a single exam day or not. So this also take the two name of two courses as the argument, and then from that course names we obtain the course code of that particular subject, and then we just pass that course code to the exam time knowledge base. This returns us the day, start time, and end time of that course. Now after that we just compare those obtained items, like day one with day two, start time with start time two, start and end time one with end time two. If it comes out to be true, this shows us that our two courses have an exam collision, that they are which means that on the same day they are starting at the same time and ending at the same time. So we can run this query. Mm, yeah, we can copy the name of the query and then just type it here, pass it some arguments. In this example, I'm giving data structures, structures, CS, and with a comma, discrete structures. It is very important to check the spellings of the thing we are entering. Sometimes, most of the time, it is we make spelling mistakes followed by a full stop. So, since we are running it from our base, we know that these two subjects have collision on the same day. So, by running this query, it returns true. This is showing that this query is correct, and those two subjects have exam collision on that particular day. Now, coming to our next query, which will be query number five. So query number five deals in the situation that is switch possible between room number one and room number two on a particular day. So this query accepts the name of the rooms and the day and the time. So by these, and then from from our room number one and room number two, we compute their capacity, which is our knowledge base, and store them in where one and where two. Where one, where two actually contains the capacity of that room, and after that, we from the room and from the day we get, and the in room we are switching, we get to know the time. So if the time is not equal to the uh, time we get from the exam time, then the switch would be possible. So if we run this example, so we can just copy the name of the query, and then we will pass some arguments to that. Our first room would be C301. Our second room would be C310. Our third argument, which was the day, we will check it on day 5, and we will give the start time of the exam. So from our knowledge base, we know that on day 5 at 9 o'clock, C310 is free and the capacity of 301 and 310 is same. So since 310 is free, the students of C301 can be shifted into 310 on day 5. This query should return true, and it is returning true. This tells us that our switch is possible. Now I will come to query number 7, which tells us that which takes argument three arguments, a name of two students and the name of a course, and tells whether then that two students have common section or not. So from our name we get to know the roll number of that students. Here name 1 gives us the roll number 1 and name 2 gives us the roll number 2 from our knowledge base. After that, from the obtained roll number, we get to know the sections of those students. From roll number 1, we get to know the section of student 1, which will be stored in section 1, and same case is with the section 2. And after that, since we were given the course, we obtain the course code from the course knowledge base. Course knowledge base gives us the course code of the course. With the course code, we get to know the section. From course code, we know the section, and now we have actually three sections: section 1, section 2, and the original section. If the uh, if the section 1 and section 2 are equal to each other, this shows that those two students have the common section for that course. Running that query, we will just type the name of the query. We can copy that, pass the arguments as we can here take the example of me and my partner Rizwan. So I will type his name, Rizwan Habib. Spelling checking is really important. Rizwan Habib, and then I will pass my name, which is Kumar Hassan Murad, closing the double quotation mark, and then it is we will give a subject, say data structures. In our case, we have the common section in data structures. Since he is my classmate, CS, closing the double quotation mark, closing the right angular bracket, following with a full stop. By running the query, we got true, which means that we have the common section and our query is running perfectly fine. After query number 7, we have query number 9, which is whether which takes a name of a teacher as an argument and tells us whether that teacher teaches two sections or not. So it take the name of the teacher, and from the instructor knowledge base, we get to know the email of the instructor, and then from that email, we get to know the section of the uh, teacher which he or she is teaching. So from teachers, we get two sections, section 1 and section 2, and if those sections are not equal, then this query will return true. So actually this shows us that the that a teacher have two different section to teach. So we can run this query on our Prolog system. We will copy the name of the query, paste it here, opening the left circular bracket, we will give the name of the teacher. For example, in this case, we can give the name of Hassan Mustafa, following by a dot, returning true, which tells us that Sir Hassan Mustafa is teaching two separate sections. So now we can also check it whether it is working fine or not by saying we can give Mer Ashad and giving that name we obtained fast, which tells us that Sir Umair Ashad is not teaching two sections, which which is actually true that Sir Umair Ashad is only teaching single section, and which is the section N. From our knowledge base, we know that, and from this we came to know that our QE is running perfectly fine. Now we have completed our odd number of queries. Now we will jump to our even number of queries. For even number of queries, I would like to call my groupmate, my partner Rizwan Habib. He will tell further the even number of queries. So, Rizwan, we would like.
Thank you, Hassan. Let me share my screen first. Okay, Hassan, can you please confirm my screen is showing or not?
Yeah, it is. It is
Okay,
showing. It is showing.
okay, thank
You
you.
can continue.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
So now I will explain the even number of queries, and the first one is query number two. Query number two tell us that the given name and course is the given name of teacher teaching the course which was given by the user. The first knowledge base we use here is instructor knowledge base, which will provide the email of the teacher, and the next one is teacher's knowledge base, which will provide the section of the teacher he is teaching. And now we use the course knowledge base. In this knowledge base, we use the course parameter to get the course code of that specific course the user want to user want to know. And the next knowledge base we use the course code to get the section of that specific course. If these two sections are equal, it means that the teacher is teaching that particular section. And let's run this query. Teaching, and there will be a name of the teacher. I will use the teacher of Sir Hassan, use name of Sir Hassan Mustafa. And the course I will use the data structures. Sorry. So it is returning true. It means that our query is running fine. So moving to the query number four, this query will check the is there any collision during the exams. It means that when the exam is going on, is there any room collision? For this for this query, we use the two course names of the exams, and we use the knowledge based course. By this knowledge base we get the course code of that specific course, and we use the knowledge base of exam time. By this knowledge base we get the day, time, and the room of that specific course. Now we run this query.
Rizwan, can you please repeat the previous sentence? I think there was an internet issue, so there was a lag between your voice. You can please repeat that.
Okay, let me repeat my complete query here. For query number four, we use the two courses, query course one and course two. These are the names of the courses. In this query, the query returned that the exam is going on the same time and in the same room. If there is any collision between rooms, this will return true, and if there is no collision, this query will return false. So most of the time it will return false. So for this query we use the knowledge base of course. By this knowledge base we get the course code of that specific course, and by using exam time knowledge base we get the day, time, start time, end time, and room. If the day, time, and rooms are equal, it means that there is a collision between two exams. So let's run this query, room collision, and we'll check for data structures and discrete structures. So it is turning false. It means that there is no collision between these two exams. So now move to the query number 6. This query check that is there in any exam on this start time, day, and room. For this query we use the only one null base of exam time. This exam will time will return true if there is any exam going on that specific time, day, and room. So let's run this query. We will check for room number 1, sorry, C301, day 1, and the third parameter is start time. It returns that the exam is going on the 301 on the date day 1, and time is 9 a.m. And we can also check that the is there any exam going on. So as you can see, there is a exam of on day 1. Just let me check it again. Sorry for the disturbance. As you can see, there is an exam of CS211 going on the day 1, and the time is 9 a.m. So it means our query is working fine. So now move to query number 8. This query, the name of the query is belong to duplicate roll number. There is only one parameter for this query. This query check that is there any two students of the same name in the batch. So for this purpose, we use the two knowledge basis student, only one knowledge basis. So for from the student knowledge base, we get the roll number, and we get the another roll number from the same name. If these roll number are not equal, it means that there are more than one student of a same name. Let's run this query. We'll check for Kuvar Hasan Murad. It is returning false. It's mean that there is only one Kuvar Hasan Murad in the 19 batch. So let's move to the last and query number 10. The name of the query is teaches two courses. This query, the parameter of this query is the teacher's name. This will return that the is this teacher is this is this teacher is teaching two different courses or not. For this query, we we use the knowledge base of instructor that will return the email of that instructor, and the we use the knowledge base of teachers that will return the section of that teacher is teaching, and we use the course section. From this knowledge base we get this course code of the section the teacher is teaching. I think there is something missing in this query or not, but this query is always returning true to us. We cannot find the problem. What is the problem in this query? Let me run this query. Sorry, I need to type the teacher's name. Let's use the ma'am Amna Iram's name. So it is turning true. It means that ma'am Amna Iram is teaching more than one courses. But this is not true. My partner SN Rad think it is not possible to find the result of this query. So that's all from our side. We run all 10 queries and explain our knowledge base. So this was our data structure project. Thank you everyone.